U.S. President Donald Trump. You will recall that Russia responded to a nuclear threat from former President Medvedev by deploying 2 nuclear submarines to the region. Trump's 10-day deadline for a ceasefire in Ukraine is about to expire. In the shadow of critical developments, the U.S. President's special envoy, Witkoff, is going to Moscow this week.
Many people have been killed in this absurd war. An agreement to stop the killing of people.
Time is running out for Russia. U.S. President Donald Trump's 10-day deadline for an agreement on Ukraine will expire on Friday, August 8th. If Russian leader Vladimir Putin fails to push for a deal, Washington will impose harsh sanctions. Tensions are at an all-time high. Former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev's use of the codename of the Soviet-era nuclear retaliation system, "Forget the Dead Hand," it enraged the U.S. president. Putting aside the war of rhetoric, Trump took action. He directed 2 U.S. nuclear submarines to the region. Putin has yet to retaliate against this move, but what is behind the unusual silence? According to political analysts, Putin sees Trump's move as a show rather than an attempt to change the U.S. nuclear posture. Some experts also see it as the U.S. president's attempt to increase pressure on Putin. In other words, Trump is signaling toughness without a real change in the U.S. nuclear posture. Hence Putin's lack of reaction. It is interpreted as an indication that the Russian leader will not back down from completing military objectives in Ukraine. The Kremlin said only that we have no intention to engage in polemics and emphasized that there is no question of nuclear escalation. Spokesman Peskov, he declined to say whether Medvedev had been warned to tone down his rhetoric, but said Putin's attitude was what mattered. Just before the 10-day U.S. deadline, Russian President Vladimir Putin will have an important visitor. Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff is expected to travel to Moscow this week.
God bless you.
Make it happen. Witkoff could go to Russia on Wednesday or Thursday. We will see what will happen.
If there is no agreement for a ceasefire by the Russian file, the U.S. will impose a second 100% tariff on Russia. If a country that buys gas or oil from Russia continues to do so, the products it sells to the U.S. will be subject to a 100% tariff.